I saw snow and somewhat gloomy weather. But this has been wonderful. As we were walking in, sun was shining, and that is a perfect day for this region, for New York, for the country, and of course for Micron. This is a historic moment, launching with the groundbreaking mega site for semiconductor memory construction in the future. So super excited. And while it might be cold out there, the energy from this group, and I really felt that energy and that love, really appreciate it, is just simply incredible. It's incredible for everything that we're going to be doing here. I'm going to try to keep my comments here at the site short so that we can later continue in more detail in the cozy environment of the Syracuse University auditorium. Secretary Lutnick, Secretary DeRemer, Governor Hochul, Senator Schumer and Gillibrand, Representatives Mannion, Tenney, Morelli, Stefane, and Tonko, County Executive McMahon, Supervisor Ulatowski, and Mayor Owens. Thank you. Without what you have done with your support, Micron would not be here. Leading edge memory manufacturing would not be here. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of 55,000 Micron team members, and certainly our esteemed board members, I want to thank you. And I think it's just amazing to see, standing here together, shoulder to shoulder, sending a powerful message. It shows that when it comes to restoring American manufacturing and leadership in that manufacturing, we are clearly one team. That's fantastic. My first visit to this site happened, I was remembering this morning, 4 years ago to the date. It was January of 2022. We visited this location when we were determining where to build in all of the USA. Today, we are breaking ground and making the beginning of a transformation. On the fields today, there is snow and soil, but in your mind's eye, I want you to see what is coming. Imagine the mega fabs that will be built here, each of them size of 10 football fields. That's what's going to be here, and over time, there will be 4 of them. And we expect in 4 years' time to start production in the very first fab that we are going to be building here. We are officially setting the stage for a site that will power the AI revolution with the world's most advanced memory. On these fields, we will rise vertically to build multiple ultra-pure clean rooms. And more than just factories, they will be amongst the most sophisticated manufacturing sites. Precision manufacturing, nothing like any other manufacturing in the world, that will be conducted right here, first of its kind in the US history. This site will soon hum with activity. It will become a thriving technology hub, generating tens of thousands of jobs here, transforming the region. And of course, we will work with the community and super excited about the opportunities that are ahead for the community. We are laying the groundwork for a future where central New York will be the heartbeat of AI economy. And getting to this moment took amazing amount of tenacity, collaboration, and the shared belief in what this site would become. I'm telling you, this is just a start. Best is yet to come. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. It is great to be in central New York, which of course you all know is the heart of Trump country. Look, it's a historic day today because this fab, mega fab, is going to be the largest investment in the history, the largest single investment in the history of the great state of New York. So imagine that being right here, rebuilding and growing in the heart of Syracuse. That's fantastic. But let's make no mistake about it. We're here today because of the core drive from President Trump. See, this groundbreaking only got scheduled at the end of December because the Trump administration cleared out all of the environmental and other things that tend to get in the way. I'm sure you all know the names of the bats that were in the way of this $100 billion plant that is going to change the lives of tens of thousands of people here. And that's the problem, is we had to get this done in 8 months, working hard and close with the company to clear the path and effectively clear the trees that were in the way to allow this to happen. Yesterday, we announced the Taiwan deal, which allows Taiwan is going to invest $500 billion in America to bring semiconductor manufacturing here. And one of the drivers of this investment, right, is that Micron produces their memory, the greatest memory in the world, in Southeast Asia. And we want it here. So that it's that tariff model, started with the chips, and then driven by the tariff model, right, to bring manufacturing here. When I walked into my office, the deal was Micron was going to build $75 billion in America and was going to receive $6.1 billion. A good start. Now, Micron, negotiating with the Trump administration and myself, has committed $200 billion of U.S. investment, $100 billion right here, right? Another $50 billion additional, $50 billion in Boise, and then they're going to bring their R&D here to make sure we are building the high bandwidth memory, the key to the future of AI, right here in America. So we did it quickly. We did it in Trump time. It would have taken years and years if we didn't cut through the red tape and smash through it. So this is where the Trump administration and great American industry meet to produce outcomes that are fundamental for America. Congratulations, Sanjay. Congratulations to Syracuse. This is greatness. Thank you all.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here today as your 30th Secretary of Labor. I want to first say hello to my former colleagues in the House. It's nice to see you all. Thank you for the work that you have all done. Thank you to the senators, and thank you to the local elected officials, oftentimes and executives who get this done and work with not only our state partners, but federal partners, and certainly with the administration. Today, we celebrate a landmark moment in American manufacturing. This semiconductor plant will be the United States' largest, as Howard said, based right here in New York. I'm especially proud to witness Micron's commitment to the American worker through the largest construction project labor agreement in U.S. history. This agreement puts American workers first by guaranteeing an estimated 50,000 jobs right here in this community. These are mortgage-paying jobs that will provide fair benefits for hardworking families. In addition, Micron's $250 million investment in the workforce development will cultivate that skilled pipeline of American talent, equipping our labor force with the knowledge and skills they need to drive the future of American AI dominance. Protecting American manufacturers, empowering our innovators, and supporting our workers is definitely a top priority of this administration. We at the Labor Department applaud the investments in the American innovation and the American worker. It is my honor to be here on behalf of President Trump. Congratulations, Micron. Congratulations for the team that you have built and all the partners that will now stand up and take their place right here in New York and in the United States of America. So for all of those who helped today, thank you. It's an historic investment in the American economy.
I don't know, this might be Hochul country. Just saying. And I am here on behalf of 20 million very excited New Yorkers to welcome Micron to their new home. Sanjay, thank you for making it happen. And our Secretaries, Commerce and Labor, thank you for your presence. I also want to thank my partner in this endeavor. Lots of long, hard-fought conversations to make sure this got over the finish line. Ladies and gentlemen, our minority leader, but next year majority leader, Chuck Schumer. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, another great partner driving economic development. And our county executive, Brian McMahon, for his partnership making this happen. Our members of Congress, our state and federal elected officials, the local officials. I spent 14 years on a town board, so our supervisor of Clay. Let's give a round of applause for our local officials. And I'm going to give myself an extra 30 seconds in my 3 minutes because I need to have my commissioners stand up. These are the ones who are making sure the environmental reviews are done, that the economic development incentives are there, that transportation is done, we build housing, and we find you the labor force. They're all right there. That is my dream team. This says, memory made in America. I'm saying we're going to make memories here in upstate New York. Because my memory of upstate New York goes back very long. And I'm probably the only one in the room who can describe what it was like when you grew up in a steel town like Buffalo. All the jobs left in the 70s. Bethlehem Steel was shutting down a few years later. Our manufacturing was being killed and shipped overseas. Grandpa worked at the steel plant. My dad worked at the steel plant. Everybody we knew either made cars or steel. And all of a sudden, we were knocked down hard. And the same thing was happening in Syracuse. When I came to Syracuse University in the 70s, and we were losing the major manufacturing that we relied on that had defined our upstate for so long. So to live long enough and to have been able to facilitate this dream come true, to launch the rebirth of manufacturing in the state of New York, I could not be prouder. And on behalf of all those whose dreams were dashed, who gave up hope, this is the day we rise up, New York. This is a signal to the rest of the world and to all the great national and international companies and the partners here today. What are you waiting for? Come to New York. This is where you want to be. And to our labor community, the men and women of labor who are going to build this, who made the deal get done, Greg Lancet, the building trades. I will close with this. I'm going to give a hell of a lot longer speech this afternoon. Sanjay mentioned a cold day 4 years ago in January. I knew you were here. I heard that this could be once in a lifetime, once in a generation opportunity. So against all the advice of my staff, I got on a small plane during a snowstorm, convinced the pilots to fly me here because I said, I'm not missing the chance to sit down with the CEO of Micron. He may not be back again. So I came here. We're supposed to have a 15, 20-minute meeting. We stayed for 3 hours. And I said, I'm not leaving till I get this man to say yes. And I said, I will make it worth your while. He said, well, I'm going to need 9,000 engineers. Done. I'm going to need this. I said, I will do anything to make this deal happen. And when President Biden and Chuck Schumer figured out how to create and unlock billions of dollars with the CHIPS and Science Act, I knew that that meant industry could go anywhere in the country, but I needed to give New York an advantage. Literally 2 days later, the legislators, and I thank them for their support, and I signed into New York's first ever Green CHIPS and Science Act, unleashing over $6 billion to make Micron become a reality. That's what getting stuff done is all about. We are overjoyed today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everybody making this happen. And for those who may not be familiar with the culture of upstate New York, you never leave an event like this without saying, go Bills. Let's bring it home, Buffalo.
Well, good morning, everybody. Now, when I first came here 7 years ago, I said we were going to get this done. We didn't hear of Micron. The CHIPS and Science Act was just a dream. And here we are. So today, I am orange. From head Let's go. Ryan knows this because I did it first when he was here. And I want to say, when Ryan and McMahon and I visited this site in Clay, it was just a twinkle in people's eye that we might get anything here. But I want to give him some thanks because he really helped prepare this site and make it shovel ready and did the great things that should be done. And folks, you know what my dream was? To make I-90 our semiconductor superhighway. And within 10 years, folks, 25% of the advanced semiconductor microchips will be made along the I-90 corridor in upstate New York. And the linchpin of that was getting Micron. And you don't know how many hours I spent with Sanjay arguing back and forth, pushing and pulling, reaching him in China, reaching him in Boise. Saying, you've got to do this, but we're going to make it right for you. And we brought in everybody, state government, local governments, the county governments, and said, we will be a team. And we are. So today is just a day of incredible history. We will look back, generations will look back 20, 30 years from now and say this was a turning point for Central New York, for upstate New York, and for the United States of America. Because what's happening here is going to give the United States the lead in semiconductor manufacturing for generations. It's going to affect our children, our grandchildren. So we're making history. We're making history. When I first put together the Chips and Science Act, which made this happen, made all of this happen, I envisioned a day like today, where the great companies, one of the greatest companies, not just one of the greatest chip manufacturing companies, but one of the greatest companies, period, Micron, would come here and make it their linchpin. And so, wow, this is going to be the largest manufacturing built construction site in America. This is going to be the largest memory chip manufacturing site in America. And because of Micron's skill, we're going to make sure we beat the South Koreans and become the largest memory chip manufacturing site in the world. And we didn't let partisanship get in the way here. There are a lot of us who were here for the last 5, 6, 10 years toiling. But now, there's a new administration. Yeah, there's one clap for that. Not too many. But we are working together seamlessly to make this happen. Because getting this done is not Democratic, it's not Republican, it's not independent. It's America, it's Syracuse, it's Orange. So it's the dawn of a new day. Not only in Syracuse, but in Rochester, in Buffalo, in Albany, in Utica. Young people are returning home. They see opportunity, they see jobs, they see a future. That's what's happening. And what a turnaround that has been. This is now a region, not of pessimism and hand-wringing and sadness, but a region of optimism and smiles and faith in the future. So, Micron, thank you, Sanjay. We've become great friends over the years. To our secretaries, thank you for coming. To the governor, who's been a great partner. When I called her about this originally, immediately she saw how excited this was. to my partner, Senator Gillibrand, and as I said, to the guy who started it with me, with a vision in play, to our great county executive, Ryan McMahon, as well as our whole congressional delegation. 2 words. The second one is you. First one is thank. Thank you. Today is a great, 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 great day, and we are excited.
What a day, what a moment. So proud of all of you and what together we've accomplished. Welcome to the White Pine Business Park, home of the greatest memory technology company in the world, an American company, governor in New York company, and to all of us, an Onondaga County company. Micron is the anchor to what is a critical Central New York semiconductor cluster. And I want to thank all of their customers and their suppliers and their team members for being here. As you have seen, listening to some of us politicians, success has 1,000 authors. And some wear red and some wear blue. Today we wear the red, white, and blue. And I want to acknowledge some of these folks, specifically Sanjay, to you, your team, the board, thank you. Thank you for putting your trust in your company's largest investment in this community. And we will be the partners, not just today through this process, but moving forward. Mr. Secretary, I know you miss New York, I know you miss snow. We ordered you some snow. The funny thing is we have a competing cluster in the country, maybe competing, maybe complementing in Phoenix, Arizona. I was out there recently and I said, how the hell do people live here? This is better. You know what that snow means for the industry partners? That means water, lots of water for you. Madam Secretary, thank you for working to help us superpower the workforce for this industry and for tomorrow, making this all work. This is about the American worker and opportunity, so thank you. Senator Schumer, Senator Gillibrand, you've been there. Senator, you've been there at the beginning of this. You're right. When this wasn't really a popular decision and a popular endeavor, you were always there for me and for this community, so thank you for that. Senator, thank you for all your support. To our House delegation members, I'm going to give you some big shout outs when we get to SU when I have more time. I appreciate everything you have done to make this work. Governor, you told this story, which I think was a pivotal moment. You were new to the job. I don't believe your predecessor would have taken that meeting. If you didn't take that meeting, there's no way that we're here today. I want to thank you and the state for putting together the ability to get the policies with the federal government policies to help make this industry come home. To your team that helped permit this, thank you. Hope, Kevin, all the work we've done, thank you. Really incredible. And then I want to give a couple of shout outs to the Micron team that's been working on this, to Manish Bhatia, April Arnzen, Scott Gatzmeyer, Bo Machado, Carson Henry, Joe Nimi, and so many others. Thank you for helping us get to where we are and believing with us. At the local level, I got to give some shout outs real quick. You were here when this wasn't popular. You were here when they were writing editorials saying this was a bad idea, but you stuck with me. And you stuck with the vision. To the county legislators that are here today, I believe May Burtis, Kevin Meeker, Cody Kelly, and Tom Clay, thank you. You've been there. For all the other elected officials, to make this all work, we're going to need you to stay with us. The town of Clay, Supervisor Yelitowski, Deputy Supervisor Joe Bick, thank you for the work that you've done. The reality is that this project is so big. The moment is so big. The opportunities are so big that we need everybody. And that is our workforce partners too. I want to give shout outs to Rob Simpson, Randy Wilkin, Chancellor Severode, Dr. Warren Hilton, President Linda Lemura, and all the other universities, all the other regions that are here. I'll give you all more praise later. But the moment isn't just getting this done. The moment is making sure that Micron continues to grow and be the world leader. To make that happen, we need the supply chain. We will give them the world-class infrastructure. We will build it here in New York. The governor's working on world-class energy. We will have that for you here in New York. And this is truly about the American worker and opportunity. But the reality is this is about the national security of this country first and foremost. And by this investment here today, America will lead the world in AI dominance, and that means the world will literally be a safer and better place. So thank you to everyone in this room. If you didn't play a role, you wouldn't be here. God bless you.
So today, obviously, is a day of deep gratitude for the people who have had vision over the last 2 decades for what upstate New York could look like again, the people who had the executive capabilities to get things done and to bring the right people together, and the people who are willing to put their money there and to actually invest in upstate New York. So I just want to thank Sanjay for your willingness to partner with New York State, to partner with all of us here, with our amazing people who are going to build these incredible chips, to the entrepreneurs and innovators that are going to create value-added businesses across all of upstate New York, and to your willingness to take all the risks that it took to do this vision. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being that risk taker and being that decision maker. To our amazing governor, you have always had a vision for upstate New York, like my grandparents, also in manufacturing at GE and at Atlantic Cement. When you're from upstate, you know how hard we work, how much we want to build things, how we have so much pride in Made in America right here in New York State. And so you captured that vision every step of the way, Governor, and you never let go of it. And I'm just so grateful that you had the vision to bring this to fruition. And to my partner, Senator Schumer, who I'm so proud of you, Senator Schumer, because I remember when he started writing this legislation, he had this vision as a guy from downstate to say, what does upstate New York need most? It needs jobs. It needs innovation. It wants to absolutely celebrate the entrepreneurialism and spirit of hardworking upstate New Yorkers. And he knew that this corridor, this I-90 corridor, would be the future. Not only did he make this investment right here in Syracuse, in Clay, but he also worked on the Albany corridor to make sure Global Foundries could add billions and billions of dollars of jobs there as well. This has been his life's work. And I watched him as his partner, making sure I could deliver the Republican votes he needed to get the money when they weren't sure why they should be investing in chip manufacturing. I can tell you, they thought, well, yeah, sure, we need it for cars. But what they didn't understand is what the county executive said, this is absolutely necessary for our national security. This is 100% necessary so the United States can lead the future in AI, in supercomputing, in quantum. That is what this technology ultimately allows, and all of the scientists and all of the engineers and all of the incredible minds that are going to gravitate towards this technology is the future of the United States. So thank you, Senator Schumer, for having that heart for upstate to know that this matters. And to our county executive and all of our local House members that are here, labor unions, and everyone else who is part of this vision. It is true we have so many mothers and so many fathers, but just as the county executive said, none of this would happen without any one piece of you. So I just want to add my gratitude and my pride in what New York can do and what will be done right here at Micron. God bless you all.
Of AI, key enabler of AI. We are so excited to be here in Clay, in New York, with 50,000 people that will be hired in high-paying jobs over the course of next several years. We are going to be starting digging here. We're going to start preparing the site, pouring concrete later this year, and this is going to be very exciting for the United States of America, thanks to all the support from the Trump administration, support from the governor, support from the state here. Micron is really, as a leader in technology, in semiconductor memory technology, super excited at this milestone today.
What have you learned about Central New Yorkers? What have you learned about the people here in all of your trips?
Well, the people here are nice, tenacious, hardworking. They've gone through tremendous transformation, but now the biggest one is coming yet. The hub of AI economy coming right here. This is a great team. We are going to have 80% of our construction workforce at the peak, which will be about 5,000 team members coming right here from New York.
Mr. Secretary, you've worked with all the big companies. You worked with Taiwan, you worked with Intel, you're working with Micron. What sets Micron apart in that landscape? What have you learned that sets this company apart that people in Central New York can hold on to?
Well, high bandwidth memory is at the heart and soul of AI, right? There's logic, and then there's memory. And we need to know everything about what you were thinking so we can answer your questions. So memory, and Micron is a leader in high bandwidth memory, and they are going to build not only great, but the cutting edge, the leading edge, the best memory in the world will be built right here in central New York. And what that's going to do is going to create an ecosystem where all the other companies are going to want to be nearby because they want to be near the hub, and they're going to be coming to central New York. So Micron is going to be the magnet, and he's going to draw it all in. It's going to be impressive.
Let me just say this. When we started this, and our dream was to have the I-90 corridor be the semiconductor highway, there was only one company that really saw the future, and that was Sanjay. And what you can have faith in with Micron and this company is they see way ahead of the curve. They saw the need, the CHIPS and Science bill, he helped pass it with me. He was there more than any of the other companies. And Micron understands the future. The future is great here, and it's going to get even better. And we are so lucky that they came here, because when I first visited this site, it was a wasteland, and everyone laughed at us. Said no one's going to come to central New York. No one's going to want to be here. They're going to make all the chips in Arizona and Taiwan. We said no. And the one guy who had the vision to understand how important it was to do it here was this man right here.
Mr. Secretary, the president opposed the CHIPS and Science Act. Why should he get to take any credit for the jobs that it's creating?
Can I say that? We're not looking for one side or the other. We're working together to make this thing happen in the right way.
So the CHIPS agreement.
I am the author of the CHIPS.
$6 billion was given to Micron to build $75 billion in America. That was a good start. Now, with the Trump administration working closely with Sanjay, we've upped that game to $200 billion commitment, right? In exchange for the same effective money. So instead of having 2 fabs here, we're going to have 4. Instead of having 1 in Boise, we're going to have 2, $200 billion of investment. So we took a good start and made it great working together with Micron.
And can I just say, with that $200 billion of investment, 90,000 jobs will be created here in America, related to directly at Micron as well as supporting the whole ecosystem. And these will be high-paying jobs. And today, 0% of memory is made here in America. Now, 40% of leading-edge memory over the next decade will be made right here in America. And you know, in your brain, you want more and faster memory. That's the same story for AI. And AI needs data, it needs faster, more memory. Micron is going to be making it right here in America. Super excited between all our investments in Boise, Idaho, as well as today, starting here in New York.
And I am getting calls, we are getting calls at the state and federal level of many more companies that want to come and follow Micron's lead over and over again, in not only in central New York, but in Albany, in Rochester, in Buffalo. The fact that Micron came here and is putting such a large investment in gives other companies the faith that they should be here in upstate New York.
And this is not going to be just about construction, but also about entire semiconductor ecosystem players, material suppliers, equipment suppliers, and all the support personnel that is needed. More of them will come to America from all over the world.
And so the key was yesterday, we announced the Taiwan-U.S. trade deal of $500 billion investment. And what that means is the Taiwanese government is going to put $250 billion to let small and mid-sized suppliers of Micron come to America. And so what you're going to see is this, he is the center, and that ecosystem is going to build around him. So what the senator said is going to happen. It's the combination of New York being a great place to build and the Trump administration making an amazing deal with Taiwan that they will invest in it. So you're going to see small and mid-sized companies all opening all around this area, bringing the whole ecosystem here to New York around Micron.
And that was the dream that we started with, even as we passed the CHIPS and Science bill. So we make this happen, and it is happening, and it's amazing day.
Mr. Secretary, I don't know if you're familiar, but in central New York, we have something that I call economic development PTSD. Projects that are promised, don't come to fruition, projects that get started and then stop. What is the guarantee here?
Well,
beyond seeing earth move and big equipment?
Well, earth moving and big equipment comes from a tariff and trade and industrial policy that puts Americans first, right? The reason that upstate and central New York was hollowed out was because industrial policy sent all those jobs overseas. And the Trump administration working together is bringing this back home, and you are going to see this construction job, and you're going to see it go all around central New York and all across this country, because the tariff policy and our industrial policy says, bring it home, we need to employ Americans. Just this project alone, 90,000 great high-paying American jobs. That is America first.
Okay, I just want to tell you that even before the first shovels were in the ground today, Micron has already invested $15 million in the area here. We have committed $250 million for community development. World needs memory. Today there is a shortage of memory. More supply is needed. Micron is working hard like hell to try to bring more memory supply. This, what we are doing here in New York, will be a very, very big part of not just Micron's production plans, but for all of the customers across data centers, smartphones, PCs, automotives, consumer, industrial. They all need this memory for the years to come, because this is the first days of AI. AI is a huge wave for a couple of decades here. All of this memory, big part of it will be coming right here from Micron. Micron is totally committed to bringing leading edge memory manufacturing here and making Central New York hub of semiconductor manufacturing.
How often will you
Hold on. All right. Sorry, as part
I will come here as much as
industrial
needed.
policy
We are
of
totally
force
committed.
Micron
I've been here a few
face
times already. I'm going to come here
Korean
as much as needed.
makers, what makes you confident that this facility will be able to withstand that?
So the Taiwan agreement is also brings in with Korea. So everyone who wants to build memory has two choices. They can pay a 100% tariff, or they can build in America. So Micron is in the lead. He understood and he committed to America. But let's be clear, the rest of the world's memory is either going to build in America or they are going to pay dearly for the ability to get into our market. So that's industrial policy. Come here, build here, employ here. That's bringing America first.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
You told our county executive to put a coat on.
I did tell him to put a coat on because it's cold, but the key here is the cost of power is very attractive,
Yes.
right? The cost of power is very attractive. You know, that is what brings people here. You guys have got power and you've got people, and power and people bring success for America first.
You know, you got power, you got water, and of course, you know, university and college ecosystem is strong pool of talent, strong history of semiconductor manufacturing over the years in the past. I think New York, this state has a lot to offer to Micron, and we are super happy.
All right, let's go inside before we
The
get
president asked you about today.
We're going inside. I'll answer later.
Let's start with all the shoveling.
Yeah.
What is
Governor,
spectacular
groundbreakings take longer than I think the public's aware of. You guys had to stand there a long time.
We stood there a long time, but it's not every day we get a $100 billion investment and 50,000 jobs coming right here to New York. So I will stand here all night long to make sure that this happens.
And the groundbreaking was a great example of all the partnerships that have brought this together here. We are very thankful for the local authorities, the state, the governor support, of course the Trump administration, and all the senators and members of Congress who have really helped bring this to fruition today. Very exciting milestone. Of course for Micron, for the state of New York, but for America, for bringing leading edge semiconductor manufacturing to America.
4 years ago, what did you say about Commerce taking credit essentially for this project coming to fruition? As I mean, this is something your administration has worked on for years.
We worked on it with the Biden administration, but for the Chips and Science Act that President Biden signed, and we signed the Green Chips Act, a parallel bill just 2 days later to unleash all the money to provide the assistance to make this possible. But I am happy that the Trump administration didn't keep what they had said during the campaign, which was to eliminate the Chips and Science Act. I had my first conversation with the president 2 days after his election was about this project. And I said, I hope that you will keep this in place. It's everything for New York. It's part of our national security. It's 50,000 jobs in your home state. And so he said he would look at it and make sure that we can get this happening. So we had to make sure that what was said on the campaign trail didn't happen in reality. And I'm really proud that they see the value of this incredible project. So it's great that there's a continuation of what President Biden started. We supported to bring it here in New York, and now the Trump administration is supportive as well. That's all good.
Are you confident that that commitment to supporting the project is going to happen to its entirety?
I'll make sure it happens.
And we are appreciative of the Trump administration in terms of their focus on increasing and accelerating manufacturing here in America. And it's, again, as I said in my previous remarks, it's a great example of how working together, the vision of bringing leading edge semiconductor manufacturing is coming here. And in conjunction with what we are doing here, as well as in Boise, Idaho, we're going to go from 0% of leading edge memory being made here to 40% over the next decade. And of course, we are very thankful to all our partners, the state here, Governor Hochul, with her Green Chips bill, as well as with all the support from Secretary Lutnick and President Trump.
Great. Ellen,
You had a question.
You came here 4 years ago, the two of you had a big meeting. What was it? And what, did you just like each other? It was probably like this. It was,
You know, we sat together in a downtown restaurant. It was a very cold, snowy night. And I just knew that, I could not let this opportunity go. I knew we were in competition with other states, and New York had a reputation before I became governor as being more anti-business. I was a brand new governor, and I was going to make this part of my legacy, come hell or high water. This was everything to me as an upstater and someone who spent 4 years at Syracuse University. So this has been a catalyst for more confidence and faith that businesses have in our state, that we are pro-business, that we want to support industries like Micron, and this is a huge point of pride for me personally.
You already delayed operations by 2 to 3 years in the fabs. How do we know that's not going to happen again?
Well, we were in the process of environmental permitting, and as you know,
This is at the end of the
one of the most rigorous environmental permitting process in the history of the country that was needed for this facility. And Micron, of course, extremely supportive of whatever needs to be done and following all the laws and regulations. And we are very proud that we have the permits needed now to start this, and now looking forward to getting this going, getting to the milestone of preparing the site and pouring the concrete and preparing for building these most advanced manufacturing facilities anywhere in the world, right here for our semiconductor memory.
The delays were announced after the environmental review.
I'm sorry?
The delays were announced after the environmental review was done. So
No,
why
we have
were the
just
delays?
completed all of our, we have just completed them, and really in December we completed it, and here we are, ready to go.
Okay,